In the early 1800s, everything west of New York was considered the American frontier. Rivers were used to transport people and goods, but it was costly and time-consuming. It was also dependent upon a calm waterway. The often challenging river conditions demanded a better way for America to expand west. Completed in 1825, the Erie Canal ran 351 miles from Albany to Buffalo. This greatly increased the comfort of travel and profitability of commerce. The areas bordering the canal grew rapidly. One city to benefit from our westward expansion was Buffalo. The city was founded in 1789. The river traffic continued to grow. With the arrival of the railroad, Buffalo became the second largest city in the state after New York City. Today, Buffalo is a vibrant city with a great deal to offer. First, we will explore two Frank Lloyd Wright properties, the Martin House and Grey Cliff. Next will be the Herschel Carousel factory. The riverfront offers the Heritage Carousel and historic Naval Park. A visit to the Roosevelt inaugural site and a walking tour of mansions is a great way to learn about the people who influenced early Buffalo. Next, we will stop by an abandoned mental hospital. Finally, we will visit Our Lady of Victory Basilica and, of course, Niagara Falls. Frank Lloyd Wright was an American architect. Over a period of 70 years, he designed more than 1,000 structures. The Martin House incorporates one of his basic concepts, tying the outside together with the inside. The design and placement of windows were key to achieving this effect. Many of the interior surfaces were reflective, bringing natural light back into the room. Even the large patio seems as much inside as outside. This concept continues with the pergola that leads to the greenhouse and statue of the Winged Victory. Wright's Grey Cliff is located on the shore of Lake Erie. The interior continues with the theme of opening the house to nature. It was also an excellent example of reducing the number of distinct rooms. This was a foreshadowing of today's great rooms. The Herschel Carousel factory began producing merry-go-rounds in 1910. The production continued into the 1930s. Today, the factory restores rides from around the country to their former beauty. The factory houses hundreds of original band organ music rolls. They are carefully copied and reproduced for today's mechanical instruments so future generations can enjoy these wonderful music-making machines. The factory also restores kitty rides. Herscher began producing them in 1930. Many are on display and fully operational. The Buffalo Heritage Carousel is an excellent example of careful and historically accurate restoration. The brass poles, the paintings and lights, and the original band organ can now be enjoyed by future generations. The Buffalo Naval Park features 3 ships. They are the destroyer USS Sullivans, the submarine USS Croker, and the cruiser USS Little Rock. This is an Erie Canal packet boat. An authentic reproduction of the Seneca Chief riverboat is being constructed at the Naval Yard. This was the boat that opened the Erie Canal in 1825. Millionaires Row is a National Historic District in Buffalo. The homes were built between 1890 and World War I. At the time, Buffalo had more millionaires per capita than any city in America. This is the Theodore Roosevelt inaugural site. It was the home of Ansley Wilcox, a prominent Buffalo attorney. The year was 1901, and Buffalo was hosting the World's Fair. This day was especially important as President McKinley was speaking. The Wilcox family was at dinner when the news broke. The president was shot by an anarchist and died 8 days later. Vice President Roosevelt immediately rushed to Buffalo and stayed at the Wilcox home. It was at this desk that he wrote his inaugural address. He then went to the library to be sworn in as the 26th President of the United States. The home is now managed by the National Park Service. Not all historically significant properties have been fully restored. The Buffalo Mental Hospital opened in 1870. It incorporated the new Enlightened treatment for people with mental illness. It closed in 1972 and was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1986. The building has been stabilized and much has been converted into a luxury hotel. The hotel maintains key architectural elements and adapts them to give the historic property a new life. Our Lady of Victory Basilica was constructed in 1921. The exterior is white marble from the state of Georgia. The dome is 80 feet in diameter. The interior comprises 40 different types of Italian marble. The ceiling is covered by 5 hand-painted murals. The shrine is flanked by 14 sculptures depicting the final hours of Jesus. The carvings took 14 years, and each was sculpted in its entirety from a single block of marble. Located just 30 minutes north of Buffalo, Niagara Falls is the second largest waterfall in the world. The water flows at 700,000 gallons per second. The falls draw 14 million visitors per year. Many ride one of the boats that take you directly under the falls. Just north of the Canadian Falls are the American Falls. Towering 300 feet above the river, the observation tower has the best view of both falls. It also has an elevator that brings visitors down to river level. While Niagara Falls is the major attraction, plan to spend a few extra days to explore the many activities Buffalo has to offer.